Sean, I want to say really quick, I watched Sound of Metal on my TV, but the sound design of the movie interested me so much that I actually pulled it up on my laptop and put it in my headphones.
Okay.
It's so fascinating, the particular moments, and I know you know which moments I'm talking about, that really utilize sound design. If you get the chance, pull it back up on your laptop and put in headphones and listen to it. It's a wild experience, man. Okay. It's wild. In fact, I interviewed the director at the Junket this weekend, and he said he wanted to tell Amazon to tell people, if you don't have this like incredible sound system, just like turn off the lights, watch it on your laptop, and put the headphones in, because the movie's about sound. You know, it's all 100%. About sound.
Yeah. Well, why don't let's jump to that. I know we're going to skip over a section, but let's talk more about Sound of Metal, because it's fantastic, and you're 100% right in that I want to be able to experience it in a movie theater to see how it plays around. It's essentially Riz Ahmed is a drummer in a rock band. It's just the two of them in the band, right? They're the only two members of this rock band. Olivia Cook is the other person who plays guitar and sings, quote unquote. She kind of just scream metals it.
Kevin would like it.
I don't know. Maybe even Kevin might not. He might.
Sounds awesome.
He might. And Riz Ahmed actually learns how to play drums and plays really, really well. But at the end of the first act, he essentially experiences extreme hearing loss, like just damage to his eardrum. And the movie, Kev, what you're going to love about it is the immersiveness of it. They basically just put you into his experience. Like, this is what would happen if you suddenly lost all your hearing. And it's people talk like this, and he's like dumbfounded. He can't figure out what's going on. And it's all about him trying to get himself back to a place of, is he going to get back to a place where he can hear again? Is it important for him to get back to the place where he's going to hear again? He is phenomenal in this movie. He's so good. And Jake is right. There's a bunch of other really strong supporting performances around it. I only hope so. It's coming to Amazon. I hope that they give it enough of a push because it really deserves to be seen. It's really great.
Talking about, you're 100% right about sort of the immersive element, and that, especially, like I said, if you put in your headphones, you really can kind of hear what he is and is not hearing. There's another small detail that I absolutely loved, which is the entire movie is subtitled. Like, at first I thought, like, did I turn subtitles? Because I normally turn on subtitles if I can.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while to realize that there were subtitles that I didn't turn. The movie's subtitled until people start using sign language. And then there are no subtitles. And it's supposed to give you that experience of like what he's going through. Because in that moment, like, he doesn't know what they're saying. So he's sitting at a dinner table and all of the characters are using sign language, and then they laugh and he's like, I don't know. And so that's even another element that puts us. And so one of the things that's cool is we so often take for granted the fact that, like, you know, we can watch a movie and we can hear and we never really think about it. So for once, the hearing audience is at the disadvantage. Right. For once, like, we're watching the movie and going, wait, I don't understand what these characters are saying because I don't speak that, like, because I don't speak, so I don't, use sign language. And I just thought that was fascinating. It really kind of makes you not just step into Ruben's shoes, but like kind of really makes you rethink, like, wow, there's an entire audience out there who doesn't have as easy to watch a movie like we do, you know?
I also do love the fact that, like, yes, it could lean really heavily on the fact that it's a gimmick film to the point, like, we're going to let you experience what this character would go through if he lost his hearing. Mm-hmm. But the story goes so much far beyond that because he is an addict who's recovering, and it gets a lot into that. It's also a deeply romantic film because he and Olivia Cook, their characters, are in love, and they kind of have to separate while he goes through a lot of therapy. And I was deeply invested in their characters as well too, and their relationship. So highly recommend. It's coming out this week.
And really quick, I want to give a shout out to Paul Raci, who I think he gives a supporting performance in the movie. And it's one of those performances that, because he's not a big name, I worry will get sort of like lost in the flow of awards season. But I really hope that, because I thought his performance is obviously much more understated than that of Riz, because he never really has the big... Tell who he plays. So Paul Raci basically plays a man who lost his hearing in Vietnam. And he runs sort of this, I guess, like a halfway house for people. Yeah, for people who had drug addictions, but also are deaf. And the thought being that after you lose, if you're a drug addict and you're trying to get over your addiction and then you lose your hearing, that might be a reason for you to go back to drug. People might use that as an excuse to get back to drugs. So it's a very specific kind of commune, but he kind of runs that, and his I feel like his performance is incredible, and he very much so has what I think is, for lack of a better phrase, like the Oscar moment. He has sort of a scene at a table with Riz that I just think is just better, just as good as any performance I've seen this year.